Hello?
Ed,
Yes, sir.
hey buddy, how are you?
Good, good. How are you?
I am okay. Now I know why you hate Apple. I have a my. I'm going to switch up things because I'm screwy here. I have a big old Mac 27-inch screen, and of course I'm trying to download the Zoom app, and because they're telling you that you have to do it in the App Store. It's proprietary, and they don't have a free Zoom app that when I click on Zoom in the App Store, there's 100 of them, and they're from different companies. There's not like normally when you go to a Google Play Store, it's
Uh-huh.
free. So should I just do it in my phone? I have it in my phone, my
No,
Android.
no, I don't know if that's, I mean, you can do it in your phone. That's not a problem. But the problem, John, is that the experience of something through a phone is different than a 27-inch screen.
Yeah.
So I just think
How
that,
would you recommend? Okay, good. Yeah, no,
yeah,
100%. The
yeah.
phone sucks. How would I do this then?
Okay,
Should I
so
just?
let's first find out why Zoom is telling you that you have to go to the Apple App Store. So if you go to zoom.us,
Okay, hold on. Zoom.us. Okay, got it.
okay,
It says,
yep,
yeah.
yep, okay, so then what you can do is scroll all the way down to the very bottom.
Okay.
Okay, and you'll see there a section that says download.
Yes, I see that.
Okay, and if you look on there, there should be a Zoom client for meetings to download.
Yeah. Zoom. It says meeting client. Meetings client.
Yeah, so if you go to the meetings client, then it should take you to a section that says Zoom client for meetings.
Yeah, and it says download version whatever, or for Macs with the M1 processor, click here to download, which
Yeah,
I
well,
don't
you
have.
you don't have a you don't have an M1 processor because those were just released 2 weeks ago.
Got it.
Yeah,
So I should just hit download in the Zoom client for meetings, right?
that's right. Where it says downloads, yep, and
Yeah.
then that should download what's called a PKG file, and
Right.
then that PKG file will allow you to install the app on your computer.
All right, so I'm double clicking, and here's what I'm getting then. This is the fifth one I've tried. And it says Zoom package can't be opened because it was not downloaded from the App Store. Your security preferences allow installation of only apps from the App Store.
Okay, so what you need to do then is go to your Apple menu, okay,
Okay,
and
go to preferences.
go to system preferences,
Got it.
and then you should have a security and privacy tab.
Yeah, see it?
And if you click on the general button there is a section that says allow apps downloaded, and you probably have it selected as App Store as the only place where you can download, and you can go and use App Store and identify developers.
Okay, got you. Got you. Okay.
All right. And once
All
that
right, let's.
setting is set with it, because Zoom is an identified developer, it's not a strange malicious software creator. And if you once you make that change, you should then be able to open up your PKG file.
Looks like I'm starting to do it. Let's see. It says click. This will take 64.2 megabytes of space in your computer. Click install. So I'm installing and preparing for installation. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, man. I think I'm blowing out of this. I'm blowing out of the Apple. and I'm going to go to a PC.
Okay.
Because, okay, hold on one second. It says, yep. All right. So now I go to the package, right? Okay. Let's see this. I should be able to do it now. Little package. Wait a minute, man. Okay. I did that already. Zoom, join a meeting. Yay! Right?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I can join a meeting. Let's see if I can join you now, Ben. Hold on.
Cool.
Okay. Do you want to allow the stage to open Zoom? Of course I do. Okay. Let's see if I can get this. Yeah, it's not. Okay, hold on. Let me just see something back. If I
Sure.
go back to your, okay. Enter your name. Hold on.
Yeah, if you click on there should be a link in the calendar invite that I sent you.
Right.
And if you just click on that link, it should automatically then prompt you to, enter the meeting room.
All right, let's see what we're doing now that I'm ready to rock. Okay. Hold on 1 minute. Okay. It says Zoom. Click allow. Launch meeting. Yes. All right. Can you see me, Ben? Okay.
No, I can't see you yet. There you go. Now I'm gonna allow you to be admitted, and then I'm gonna hang up this call.
All right. There you go.
We did it. Can you hear me? Do you? You do not have your audio connected. Your audio. You need your microphone. Do you have? You did not connect your audio. There you go. Now you can. Yeah, there you go. You got it. There you go, John. Good job, man.
Okay, we're in the 20th century, big fella.
Yeah, that's great. No, congratulations. Welcome.
All right, so this is now. If I want to get it bigger, Ren, because you're like a little. No, here I am. I'm gonna take the whole screen. Yay, we're good. All right, cool.
Cool. Yep. Cool. All right, John. So, do you want to dive into the
Yeah, I'll dive into my progress then and where I'm sort of at.
Okay.
And where I'm computer illiterate. Okay, basically what I've opened up and what I've accomplished is this. I've opened up the Gmail accounts for both Pisces Water Sports and Kaizen Home Inspector.
Okay, and what are those email address? As we're going through this, if you want to type it into the computer as an email, something to turn it into digital information. So if you can put the email addresses that you've created into just open up a regular email and put in those addresses right now. Don't send the email yet because we're going to be talking about a couple of other. They're called artifacts.
Right.
And so it sounds like you've created some artifacts, and let's just start typing those into a blank email, because at the end of this meeting, you'll send that off to me, and then we'll have those artifacts to start, developing strategies around.
Right. Okay. Hold on. Let me just. Got you.
Yeah. Don't rush. I'm not in any hurry. So.
Okay. So I'm gonna. Yeah. So the first one is Pisces Water Sports. Okay. At gmail.com. And the other one is going to be, Kaizen Home Inspector at gmail.com. Okay, so I'll get out of that. Okay, and go back into Big Ben. Right, so now I'm in my Zoom. Where's my Zoom? Okay, we're good. We're back. Okay, so are you there?
Yes, I am. I'm here.
Okay, so then I've opened up Ben. I've got the Gmail accounts. I have the Yelp for Business.
Okay, so with the Yelp for Business, I don't need the account necessarily, but do you have a page? So if I go to Yelp.com, how do I find your particular page? So I'll give you an example of what I'm looking for. So let me just put in home inspection, and I'm going to change this to Miami. All right, and let's see what pops up. Okay, so TrueView inspection. So if I go to TrueView inspections, it would be something like www.yelp.com/biz/TrueView-inspections-Miami. So that's the page. That is the TrueView inspections sort of storefront or digital property like we talked about last time. So do you have a Pisces and a Kaizen business established on Yelp yet?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
But the preliminary one, but I do not have the page. Now that you've told me, I need to go back in there and look. Now, where will I find that information?
Well, when you log in with those accounts and it sort of takes you to the configuration of that business, you should there should be a section there that basically says, this is the customer facing address. So as you want to socialize and promote the address, this is the address that you will use. So if I just put in Kaizen in Miami, I'll just see if anything shows up. No, it looks like Kaizen Realty Properties, but let me just put in Kaizen and see if anything. So yeah, Kaizen Sushi Bar, Kaizen Health Training, Kaizen Beauty Academy. Yeah, so like Kaizen Beauty Academy is www.yelp.com/biz, and then she has Kaizen-beauty-academy-Pembroke-Pines.
Yeah. A funny story, Ben. You know, I use the word Kaizen. I don't know if you know what it is. Kaizen in Japanese means continuous improvement.
Yeah, no, Kaizen's used a lot in agile and software development. Yeah, that kind of sort of kicked off the agile software movement. So Kaizen is huge because we always think about continually delivering value in software that we build.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
So there you go.
Yeah. No, I think it's great. I love the name.
So all right. So that's Yelp, and I need to get the business. I need to get the. What do you call that, Ben?
It's the URL or the digital landing page for your Yelp. We're going to be using that in our ad campaigns, right? As a link.
Yeah.
So if somebody clicks on this link, boom, it takes them immediately over to the Yelp page. They don't have to go on to Yelp and search, through all that stuff. It's just like, bam, I click on this and it takes me directly to the page on Yelp. But that's for sort of driving traffic to the Yelp property. Then within the Yelp ecosystem, we will also work on sort of what strategy we would want to employ for optimizing within the Yelp community. So if somebody just goes to Yelp, then how are they going to find Kaizen within the Yelp ecosystem? So there's one is to sort of drive outside of Yelp into Yelp, and then one is sort of optimizing within Yelp. So
Okay.
yeah, so that we're not even at that kind of stage in the game, because who knows, we may not even do anything on Yelp. We may just put some photos and whatever. Because there's so many channels, right? There are so many different places where we can onboard potential customers from a sales perspective. And once we have the sort of landing infrastructure, then we'll start having conversations around what is the most effective strategy for driving the customer or prospect to these particular properties themselves, and whether or not we optimize within those platforms. And that's going to be an experimentation, just so you know, coming attractions. A lot of it is experimentation and understanding what signals are working, what signals aren't working.
Right.
So you don't just sort of like, oh, I'm going to go, oh, Yelp. Yelp is the best thing since sliced
Yeah,
bread.
I'm all in, and that right.
Right. And so the problem with that is that you really miss out on where customers are actually hanging out and spending most of their time. That's where we're going to go through an experimentation process. But we need to get these accounts set up so that when we start our experimentation phase, we have a place to see where people are going, and then we can get data, right? Because that's the thing with experimentation, is that you get data from your experiments, and then you can choose to use the insights that you learn from that data.
Cool. All right. So moving along to Facebook.
Okay, so just so you're going to provide me with two of those URLs for Yelp.
Yelp.
Okay.
Yelp for Business. Absolutely.
Okay.
I have that written down.
Okay.
Okay. Now on Facebook, I have a personal page, obviously, like you do. Okay. I was able to go into that for business and open up Pisces water sports. That I was able to do.
Okay.
I was not able to go into and open up Kaizen home inspections. I don't know if we're going to do that on Facebook.
Yes, we are definitely doing it on Facebook. Now, let me, so let me just show you something. I'll share my screen with you so that you see what it looks like.
Okay.
So I'm going to share. Let's see, here we go. All right, so let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so I just logged in, and this is my personal Facebook account. So I'm Wade Watts, so don't worry about that. Just think of me not as Ben Morris, but Wade Watts.
Gotcha.
Okay, so now in here, you will see that I have a plus button that allows me to create pages. Now, what you'll see is that I already have a group of pages associated with my account, and here are my pages. So here you can see, here are, you go to your pages, I have commerce, content and commerce technology. I have Verseware is a page that's under my particular account. That was the religious brand that I think Julie shared with you. So this is a page, so you can see it's a clothing brand.
Yeah.
So these are all pages that I've created, right? So
associated with your account.
That's correct, exactly, right? So what I'm saying is that you should be able to create pages for Pisces and a page for Kaizen.
Right. I
Okay.
didn't know what to click on. You clicking on page. I see the create. I've seen that, but I got lost in there. I didn't know whether it was group. That it was so. Well, hey, if I click on page, Ben, like you want me
Yeah,
to to right now, that will lead me to creating another page.
that's
Like,
correct. Yeah,
and I can.
so you can see here the URL for this page is what you need to, your
Yeah,
artifact that you need to create is facebook.com rags to righteousness. That's my page destination. So if I gave somebody that link, boom, they're right into my page. They can buy stuff, they can see,
right.
posts and all that stuff. Yeah.
Right. All right. So I got to go to create. Log in my personal, go to create and go to page. Right.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. All right. So Kaizen home inspection. Okay. And that'll be the Facebook one. Okay. Okay. Go to create
Mm-hmm.
and then page. Okay. Cool. Okay. All right. So that's the Facebook one.
Yep.
And I'm going to get all this to you, Ben, and in an email, and you know what I mean, where you can get into it and see exactly what I have.
You're right, and I just to be clear, John, you're not giving me the logons.
Right.
You're giving me the customer facing addresses. So just think
Correct.
of I'm just a customer off the street, and I want to know all of the possible ways to touch Kaizen and touch Pisces.
Right.
Okay, so that's the perspective that I'm looking for from you is those addresses.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah. I got it.
Okay, good.
I wonder why I just got out of why my screen is minimized. You're on the okay. Now you're good. Now you're good. Okay, that's fine. All right. So, in terms of Google My Business,
Yes.
okay, I got Kaizen home inspections and Kaizen water sports. The
Okay.
preliminary.
Good. So you use the accounts. You should have used the Gmail accounts for the Pisces to create the Pisces Google My Business, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Good. So you're using the Google accounts associated with those businesses. So let
And
me.
when you say that, Ben, to backtrack,
Yeah.
you mean too the new email addresses I created. I should for Google My Business. It should be because of course I have my personal Google johntron@gmail.com, but I should be using the Kaizen Home Inspector at gmail.com for my Kaizen home inspections.
Yeah, the reason being, I mean, you could set it up. You could be the owner. Your personal Gmail account could be the owner of that Google My Business. That's not a problem. It just, I guess, what I'm sort of thinking about is it'd be nice to sort of have a separation
Yeah.
of these properties. So let me just show you again what I'd be looking for.
Yeah. In Google My Business.
Let me look here. Here's a great one. I'll do this for you. I'll do Tito's Tacos. Okay, so all right. Let's see here. Okay.
Ben, you've been doing video conference long before Zoom, right?
Oh yeah, I've been involved.
This is
in
nothing
that,
to you. Like, I mean, this became a phenomenon during the pandemic, but you've been on this for a long time, this kind of platform, right?
Yeah. No, I've been involved in video or what's called unified communications for many years. I've built out global enterprise systems based on unified communications and video and telepresence and all that stuff. So I have a pretty good understanding of the infrastructure. So let me just share this screen with you so that you can see. Here you go. Okay, so when I put in Tito's Tacos. Hopefully you see my screen, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So I'm in Google and I put in Tito's Tacos.
right.
Okay. On the right here is actually Google My Business information.
Correct.
Okay. So if I was to go to Google reviews, right,
Yep.
this would give me the details on the Google My Business entry for Tito's Tacos. Okay, so
Okay.
what I guess I'm saying is that I need to let's just see how what the you're going to be providing me with an address. Just trying to see how Google structures it so that I can actually find.
Right.
I think you go to, let's see if I go to Maps and I go to Tito's Tacos. How do I get to the page? Because they have the menu, they have titostacos.com. Yeah, this is interesting. I'm trying to see if there's a way to get to Google My Business as an address. Well, here, let's see. So if I just go to place Google My Business slash, let's try this, see what happens. No, that doesn't do it. Yeah. So with Google My Business, let me just see if there's a Google. Believe it or not, Google My Business is big business.
I'm sure.
When I worked at Westfield, I just saw how much traffic that people send to Google My Business. So it's a big competitor with Yelp, but it drives through the Google search engine a tremendous amount of traffic. So here we go. Here is the sort of website builder for the Google My Business. And I don't think we need. Well, it says that you can build your website for free. So I would say if you could maybe go through this.
That's what I did, Ben. In fact, they want to charge you money. So I went on the free build my website for Google,
Right.
Which is your basic
Yes.
stuff,
Yes.
And I cut out having a salesman call me.
Yes.
The guy from Yelp has been on me like flies on fruit.
Yes.
And I had to tell him I'm out of the country. Don't call
Sure.
me right now.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but so you're saying you've already created them for.
Yeah, Google My Business.
Okay. So let's just see. I want to see if I can actually find it. So you're saying Kaizen
Home inspections.
home inspection. So let's see what happens when I do that. Okay, so I don't see it showing up as a business like, with Tito's Tacos showed up here.
Right. Well, I haven't done all that, work. I believe I put in the address. I think. I don't know. I might not be at that point yet, but I definitely opened the account in Google Business for both of those businesses.
Okay, so going back to where I was, John, with the free website and build your website, I need you to go through that whole thing.
Okay.
All right. So put a note for yourself that you need to go through that whole thing because
Right.
Google really indexes pretty rapidly, and we should have seen a Google My Business for Kaizen appear. And even if I do it as a map. It doesn't. It shows Pep
Yeah.
Boys Auto Parts.
Right. I see that.
So yeah, so that's
All right. I need to find that for you then, which I will.
yeah. You need to go through that whole thing on Kaizen, and
Pisces.
I'm assuming you haven't done it on Pisces either.
Probably not.
Okay, so need to do Pisces and Kaizen on Google My Business.
Right.
All right,
Yes.
so
Okay.
that's good.
Okay. And now Google Analytics.
Yes, so the only thing you need to do with Google Analytics is to, with the accounts for each one that you set up, okay? So your Google accounts for Pisces, your Google accounts for Kaizen,
Yeah.
just go to analytics.google.com,
Right.
okay? And you should see a page like this appear. Something like
Yes.
this.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's what I saw. That's right.
Okay. Okay, so for both of them, if you could do a screenshot, that would be helpful for me. So do you know how to do a screenshot?
No, how?
Okay, so you hit the Command Shift 4 and you draw a little box over the screen, or you can just do a Command Shift 3 and it will take a screenshot of your entire desktop. Command Shift 3.
The number 3.
That's correct.
Okay. Hold on. Command Shift 3. Okay. Got you. Now, Ben, let me ask you this question. I told you I have the Safari, the Mac, the old Mac, that you can throw in a CD because I like music. That's why I got this one.
Okay.
However, my business that I run the inspections out of is an Asus 14-inch laptop. Okay. In addition to Google, my phone is a Note 8. Okay, an Android. I do not use Apple. This is the only thing. What I'm finding out is I've upgraded as a sidebar. I am an antiquated home inspection program that was created a long time ago by my actual instructor. Since then, they've gone into the 21st century. There's a lot of companies out there that have created really state-of-the-art programs, one of them being Home Inspector Pro. Okay, there's a cost. It's about $50 a month, but it's state-of-the-art. When you take your pictures on your phone, it puts it right into the place where it should be, and all you have to do is go home. What I'm finding is I got the 30-day free trial because before I commit, I want to make sure I can use it. It's user-friendly, blah, blah, blah. I am really thinking I have to get rid of this Safari, this Apple, because this is Mac. Everything else is, my phone is Android. My computer is a PC. And what's going on is I'm having a difficulty downloading this Home Inspector free trial and then putting it on my phone. So do you think it would be best for me just to go PC entirely, since really that's what I operate my business out of?
Yeah, I think that it's always great to have a unified interface
Yeah.
to not sort of deal with the context switching and the menus that are different, the
And
configuration.
the Apple proprietary, which drives me crazy, and I know it drives you crazy. Okay.
No, it doesn't drive me crazy anymore. I'm at the point right now where there aren't many things that drive me crazy, but because I've seen a fair amount of crazy, so nothing really drives me crazy anymore. But to your question, John, I think that consistency of experience is always going to reduce the amount of challenge that your brain has with getting the right understanding and where
Because I'm
things
finding
are.
that now, Ben. I'm finding that now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but let me just sort of kind of give you sort of a perspective on this to sort of mull over and think about. I think the investment that you would benefit the most from is what you're doing right now, which is you're trying to actually become a cloud-based or a digitally based company. So what I mean by that is that if you become digital or cloud-based, essentially all you really need at the end of the day is a connection to the internet and a web browser. Right?
Correct.
So if it's a browser on Android, a browser on Mac, a browser on Windows, a browser on Linux, a browser wherever, right?
Right.
You're accessing your information in a cloud, your digital platform in a cloud. So it's not
Right.
as though the idea of being locked into a specific hardware or device is really going to matter. So I say that because I want you to sort of, think about where your priorities are in terms of limited resources that we all have. And so this activity that you're doing now, I think, is trying to get yourself more digitally native.
Yeah.
And when you do that, I think, yes, I would say, okay, we now have the phone's ringing off the hook. Can you inspect? Can you inspect? Can you inspect?
Right.
Then I think I would say, okay, let's bring in the PC because we need a little bit more, horsepower or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And
right.
so, but until we sort of get the digital business sort of moving in some sort of fashion, I don't find that we would be at this point in time benefiting from making the investment there. I would rather see more money spent in targeted ads and trying
absolutely
to
so, Ben.
and trying to drive traffic. So to me, it would be whatever resources we have. Once we get these pages set up and this infrastructure set up, then we are going to try and get people's attention, right? And that's kind of what I was saying to you over the weekend, is that we kind of got to move a little bit fast here.
Right.
Because I was just looking at my Twitter feed, and I'll just give you a little bit of an insight to it. I'm very tapped into the tech sort of culture and community. There's been a big exodus out of Silicon Valley, out of San Francisco, and a number of cities are being sort of targeted by very wealthy, successful Silicon Valley engineers and marketers and all of that. And Miami has been seen now as one of the major places, in addition to, of course, Austin. A lot of people had been talking Austin for many years, but so Miami hadn't really sort of popped up on people's radar. Anyways, long story short is that Francis Suarez, I don't know
Mayor
if you know.
of Miami.
Yeah, exactly. So he was just in a meeting with somebody that I'm connected to in the tech community, and they're really looking to sort of start accelerating this big time. So Francis Suarez is a young guy. He's tech savvy. He now sees, man, I can pull in billions of dollars of equity from big and tech companies. Like Oracle moved out of Silicon Valley to Austin. There's been a number of exoduses by Tesla's now moving to Austin. But you're going to start seeing more and more of people coming into Miami. And that means that there's going to be the drive for inspections and real estate and brokering and all of that. So we have got to kind of accelerate.
Get on
this.
the train while it's before it starts moving. Right.
Yes, because people are going to be putting in home inspection into their friggin' search window.
Yeah.
Right? And
That's right.
and if
That's how they do it.
if we can have Kaizen show up at the top, right? Kaizen, and I'll tell you this, what you're kind of in a good place, John, because tech people know the word Kaizen. right? Because,
Right.
lean manufacturing and the whole sort of
Sure.
evolution. Kaizen, like you said, is associated with continuous improvement, and that's the mindset of many tech professionals who build software is like I said, the
Yeah, because it's
CI.
so constantly changing, right?
Exactly. So to answer that, that was a long-winded question about you making an investment in a new computer at this point in time.
But I got the answer I needed then. Yeah. And right now, it's actually what this has done is it's forced me to really confront my knowledge of the computer, which has been basically rudimentary. And now that I'm stepping into, like you said, a digital presence and how to basically, that's how I'm turning my business now, which I love because it can be done anywhere, from your phone, theoretically. It's confronting, but it also is satisfying because listen, there's so much you can do on a computer. Most people only do 5% of its capabilities. So even if I can get to 30% or 50% of what this thing can do, it's a game changer for me. It literally is. Because then I've done what I've done with nothing, no advertising, no anything, just simply referrals. Okay. Imagine if you just have 3 platforms, not even 10, a few more platforms, especially coming out of this, hopefully, pandemic. You know what I mean? Now that the shots are starting to arrive, which, 4, 5, 6 months down the road when they get to the general public, and everybody starts getting everything in check. Your state especially too. I mean, real bad shape right now. We're pretty bad too. Here for whatever reason, we have a mayor and our governor is a pro-Trumper, so he is vehemently opposed to closing everything. So you still have places open. Not that I'm going to them, but there are people that are still venturing out. So it's not like we're on total lockdown right now. So the idea, although at this point, then people that I don't know, I would be hesitant to take people on the boat. You know what I mean? Just to take strangers on the boat because the idea of wearing a mask the whole time sort of like takes away from the experience. So at this point, I'm more like getting the infrastructure. That's where we're at right now. The home inspection business is a beautiful thing because I do that myself. I put on the mask, walk in. Most of the time, I'm by myself, or if there is somebody there, they're 6 feet away, shadowing me while I do my thing. So I'm sort of blessed in that way that I don't have to be shut down because what I do requires being in a space. So it's a positive thing.
Good, good. Yeah, John. Yep. So, moving on. So you're going to screenshot analytics for both Kaizen
Yeah,
and for Pisces. So you're going to create
yeah,
screenshots of the Google Analytics
yeah, yeah. Which
pages.
I exactly, I got
Okay.
that.
Okay. So you got
Okay,
that, but the next, while we're on that subject, you should also be able to go to ads.google.com.
okay.
Okay, so if you go to
Ads.
ads.google.com and then, get that so that it's ready to start creating ads. You don't need to
Now, when I
create.
get into that, will that tell me to register something?
Yeah, so it'll ask you to put in, sort of details, and I think it'll want your credit card. It's not going to use your credit card, and it will try and create sort of prompt you to start a campaign.
Right,
We're not gonna do any of that. We're just going to be ready. We're priming,
right,
sort of the rocket, so to speak. So
right.
so that you'll need that for Kaizen and you'll need that for Pisces because as we launch our first campaign, we'll need to have a credit card associated to run a campaign and be able to
Test it out and see
test it
how it's
out
going.
exactly right. So
Now, Ben,
yeah,
did you do for your for the religious wear?
yeah.
you absolutely did this. You went through this whole process and then some, because you created a whole marketing thing as well as actual good physical goods to be bought. So you did all of this, right? From its infancy all
Yeah,
the way
well,
to
I've been doing this kind of stuff for many years. So Ogilvy was a marketing agency, so marketing has become very tech related. So Google Analytics and ads and Bing and all the sort of big companies have been involved in what's called ad tech. And so I'm very familiar with tracking, cookies, attribution, funneling, all of these types of mechanisms that people use for customer acquisition and engagement. So, to answer your question, I did it for Grace. I've done it for Powder. I've done it for Feed the Machine. I've done it for lots of other clients and stuff. So very familiar with it. Yeah. So I don't. Yeah. It's very data intensive, depending on how much traffic you're generating. And then, so maybe this is a good segue because now we have to sort of move in the direction of customer. And so why don't we talk about your MailChimp efforts and where you're at with MailChimp?
Okay. So MailChimp, I've got on, let me think of what I did then. Okay. I got on MailChimp. I know I created, I definitely create, now MailChimp, do you need to create both businesses? I forget because I don't have it in front of me, but I know that I created what you asked me to do. I don't
Okay.
have much in.
Well, I sent, if you go to our task list and you look up under landing page, if you look at landing page 1, Pisces, and what I put for Pisces is also applicable to landing page 2, which is Kaizen. You'll see in the comments I included how you create your first landing page under MailChimp. So if you're there, yeah, if you go into the task under landing page 1, Pisces,
Yeah.
you will see under the comments section a link to how you create a landing page within the MailChimp environment.
Okay. I'm going to go back to your tasks and look for that. Okay. Task landing page 1 and landing page 2, both of those. And it's important I create.
Yeah, create a landing page. And remember, let's maybe back up a little bit because there's a task kind of in front of that, is that within the MailChimp environment, we need to have a domain name associated with whatever the page is that we're going to end up creating. So KaizenHI.com or PiscesWater.com or whatever.
We got Pisces Water Sports on GoDaddy, so I got a real
Right.
domain.
So, but we're going to have to link that into the MailChimp environment, right? So we need to have MailChimp owning that domain and the sort of access that customers will have to the landing page. Okay.
And you use the same domain that you have on GoDaddy for MailChimp, or just tweak it a little?
Yeah, so it'll ask you, do you have an existing domain name? And you should be able to, it should give you details of how to route the traffic, and I can help you with this, how you route the traffic from the GoDaddy DNS into the MailChimp. Yep.
Okay, got you.
Yep.
Investigate. Okay. GoDaddy.
Yeah, so I would say spend some time on MailChimp and trying to get MailChimp, because think of MailChimp as like your website.
Gotcha.
Okay, and so we need a website. The reason why we need a website is ultimately because we need to manage customers, right?
Right.
And then if we have customers, we can send them SMS, we can send them emails, we can communicate with them, we can engage with them. So MailChimp has a CRM component, which is a customer relationship management system, and that's how we're going to manage our customers,
Right.
right? So that's why we got to get the MailChimp set up, and you should be able to just sign up for their. I think I suggested that you go with their essentials. I think is a good place for us to start. So
I'm going to look at your task again, Ben.
Yeah,
But I know that I've already done some work on MailChimp.
Okay.
My mind is blank right now,
Yeah.
but after we speak, I will absolutely get on a few of these things, and then importantly, put them on an email to you so
Okay.
you can look them up.
Good. Okay. I think we have. I think we've got. The next thing that you need to make sure is creating Instagram accounts for Pisces and Kaizen. These need to be
Okay.
separate, and you use the email addresses, the Gmail email addresses that you've created as the email addresses associated with those Instagram accounts.
Right. So you don't use your personal. Because I think, right.
No. You're gonna use the new Gmail accounts that you've created for Pisces and for Kaizen to create unique Instagram accounts for both of those entities.
For Instagram, okay, right, got you. Thank you. I got to retweet that, okay? Because I think I feel because what it does is it wants to log you in on your personal, and then okay. So use Gmail for Instagram and the Facebook. I don't have to. Or do you recommend that?
No, because they're linked in. That the
Yeah.
Instagram will be linked to the page. We'll get that when we go to link the Instagram account to the Facebook page.
Right.
We'll worry about that. We're not going to worry about that yet. So create an Instagram account for Kaizen, an Instagram account for Pisces. Use the individual Gmail accounts for each of those when you create those accounts.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you're going to send me the Instagram handle. Those are called handles, right? An Instagram handle. So you're going to send in the document the Instagram handles for Pisces and for Kaizen.
Right. Got it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, Ben. Well, that's a lot of homework, buddy. I'm in school again. It's been a while, man.
Yeah. No, it's good, John, that you're diving into it, and we're making some good progress here. And when do you think you might have these things done? Like, when do you think you might be able?
Today is
Monday.
Monday, right?
Yeah.
Ben?
Yep.
Okay. I may have them for you Wednesday.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'll chat with you tomorrow. I'll send you an email and let you know. In fact, whatever I can get done, I'll send you.
Okay.
But if I get it done quickly, we'll schedule another meeting. And I like this conversation. You know what I mean? You're right. On Zoom or whatever this is, you get a lot more attention, and you can see as well as hear. It's clear, and you being able to show me a little bit on the computer, which you're an expert at, helps me out a lot too, because now I know on some of those things how to create on the Facebook page, how to create that other account or that other page. It's perfect. Okay. All right, man. So
good job.
I've got my
John.
task.
Yep.
I will rock and roll.
Okay. All right. Have a great rest of your day. Good seeing you, buddy.
Always, my man. Thank you so much, man.
Bye-bye.
And we will talk about your compensation.
Oh, don't let's get my excitement is let's get some traffic. Let's get people are moving to Miami, so we got to get them on Kaizen, right? You
Right.
know, coming to Miami, choose Kaizen.
That's it. All right, big guy. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
See you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye, Ben.